Hi guys, Genevieve here. So for those of you that don't know, September is Suicide Awareness Month. And one thing that Access Consciousness facilitators do is they set up free access bars clinics all over the world. So people that are struggling from anxiety, depression, hopelessness can go onto the website, accessconsciousness.com, find someone in their area that's offering free sessions and try out the bars and see whether it creates a different reality for them. There has been a study done where it did create a change for people with anxiety and depression. So it may be another choice that you could add, or another thing that you could add to your life to create a different reality. I'll be offering sessions on the 13th of September for free in Torquay. So if you live near me, you can click the link below if you would like to book one. This is kind of an important topic for me. I suffered from anxiety and depression rather intensely as a teenager. I spent a fair bit of that time, not wanting to be on this planet, and I was medicated for about 4 years. So I know what it's like to really be surrounded by that darkness and to feel like you've got no choice. And I just want to say, if you're there now, there is another possibility. One thing I've learned from my own experience and from doing thousands of sessions on other people is that in order to have a level of, like, depression, you have to be functioning from a lot of conclusion in your life. So one thing that I would like to invite you to is start asking yourself more questions. Start asking the universe more questions and see if it creates a different reality. I don't suffer from depression or anxiety anymore. That has greatly shifted since I got into personal development about 8 years ago now. So I do know I'm coming from the place of knowing that there is a different reality, and that no matter how bad things are now, there is a different choice. If there was a different choice for me, there's a different choice for you. So 4 questions that I thought may contribute to your world is one, what are you aware of? Okay, are you just aware, or are you depressed? Now, one thing I've found with a lot of my clients is I've had clients that have come to me with depression, thinking that they were depressed their whole life, only to find out that their mother suffered from depression when they were babies. And as babies, they took on that energy because they wanted their mothers to be okay. So is your depression yours, or are you actually aware of somebody around you who is depressed? Are you trying to facilitate or heal somebody that you care about? Now, if you ask these questions and you start to lighten up, or there's a change in your world, that depression isn't yours. You're just aware. So that's number 1. Number 2 is, where are you invalidating you? Or who are you allowing to invalidate you? So when somebody suffers from depression, often there's not a lot of them in their world. They've given up a lot of themselves. So they're functioning from a place of fitting in or trying to get the approval of other people, and often they're invalidating what they would like to choose or what they actually are. So they've gone so much into the judgment of them and the wrongness of them that they're not being themselves anymore. So who or what is invalidating you? And what if you didn't do that anymore? What if you were willing to acknowledge you and to include you in your life, include you in your choices? What would be different? What would change in your world? The next question is, what if you decided you have no choice about? Because usually with depression, there is that conclusion of, this is it, this is the way things are. And it can feel very hard to feel like you can make a change. What if you decided you have no choice about? So what if you did have choice? What if there was a choice in no choice? And if no choice is a choice, what other choices are there? Even just asking what else is possible can start to change things. And the last one I'd like to invite you to use is, what would have to be different in order for me to be happy? Like, what would have to be different in order for me to really desire to be here? So, because often with depression or when people are, really feeling like giving up, it's because they're living in a reality that is not the reality that they would choose for themselves. They're living in somebody else's reality a lot of the time. So start to get the energy of what would have to be different for me to want to be here. What would I have to choose? What would I have to create? What would I have to allow to show up? How would the relationships that I have be different? How would the treatment of myself have to be different? And the more you get the energy of that, the more you know what it is that you desire, then you will start to recognize what choices you will have to make in order to head in that direction. Now, I will say one of the easiest ways I've found to get there is to have your bars run, because bars allows the conclusions that you're functioning from to just dissolve in your world, which makes heading in the direction that actually works for you 1,000 times easier. So hopefully, if you do suffer from anxiety or depression, this video is a contribution to you. I do encourage and invite you to check out the bars, so go to accessconsciousness.com to do that, and I'll see you later. Bye.